Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I did my last tutorial, but I'm going to try to keep these more consistent after this one. So today I'm going to bring you just a smooth Polo G emotional guitar type beat. So yeah, we're just going to get right into it. Pretty much what I'm doing for this one is I'm going to keep it very upbeat, so we're going to go with 160 BPM. And I believe I'm in the key of G minor if I'm not wrong. And the way to do this is you don't have to get all like the scales and punch the notes in and all that. You can just go to go to this and then go to helpers and then go to scale highlighting, and then you can choose your root note and then whichever you're in. So I am in G minor natural right now. So yeah, we're gonna get our presets picked out, and then I'll see you when I'm done with all of that. Okay, so the presets I chose, I'm using the original FL Studio Close Grand piano. Yes, believe it or not, with this free piano, you can make it sound very realistic and less robotic. And then for the Omnisphere preset, we're going for Jazz Guitar Pick B. And we also have a pad from Omnisphere, the gorgeous analog pad Rich. And then we have the Moon guitar from Spitfire Labs. I highly recommend their products as well. It's all free. They're great. They release stuff regularly. They're just all around a great company. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Pretty much you're just gonna want to lay down I like to lay down like a strummed melody. Okay. Okay, so we got some basic chords down. Trust me, this is extremely dry, so we're just gonna spice it up a little bit. I added a couple notes here and there, just a basic little spice up, and I'm gonna add even more with the guitar a little later. Now you can obviously tell what's missing. There's no middle notes. That's how I like to do my melodies. Just kind of get my bass, get my chords down, then get my top melody, and then I just paste in a little few notes here and there along the way. I also mess with some of the velocities of these notes to make it sound more realistic. It still sounds a little robotic, but we'll fix all that when we put, reverb, delay, and then Alright, so we got our middle notes in, and now it's just kind of a wavy, emotional guitar. I'm gonna overlay a piano over top, and then we're gonna change some of the notes on the piano to create a counter melody to this one. So with this, I'm just gonna copy the same chords that the that this had, but we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna strum these as well. There is a keyboard shortcut to strumming, and sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, because it's like kind of like perfect when you use the keyboard shortcut. So I kind of like to do it sometimes by hand to make it a little bit more, you know, realistic. Alright, so now we have the chords down, so from here, we're just going to create a counter melody to the original guitar melody. That is the top notes and middle notes of the piano. We created a slight counter melody just to offset the guitar, because we don't want that to be the only centerpiece of the beat. So yeah, that's about it for the piano. We're just gonna humanize it a little bit. We're gonna randomize the panning and the velocities of the notes. Always want to do that when you're making your melodies. You want them to sound like somebody's playing them, not like you're doing it from your computer at home, which you are. But that's the secret. Nobody has to know that. Moving on to the pad. We're just gonna do the chords of the original melody, and we're gonna bring them up one octave, and then we're gonna turn this down a good bit so that the pad's kind of hard to hear, because the pad becomes really overwhelming if you keep it loud. So if you guys ever use pads, make sure that you bring them up. Well, I like to bring them up an octave just to keep the vibe a little higher. I don't like it so low because that also interferes with the low end, and this is kind of like a mid-range sound, so I'm trying to get the whole frequency range out of the way. So this is what it sounds like with the pads. Alright, now the last and final step for the melody is just copying this over to the Labs guitar. What this is going to do is give my jazz guitar just a slight plucky feel to it. I just want the I want the guitar to sound like it has a nicer pluck to it. This guitar, the jazz guitar, is kind of like muffled, and you can't really hear the plucks very well. So what this Labs guitar will do, will give it a different sound, and it'll also allow the plucks to be more defined. Alright, let's get on to the drums, shall we? For the hi-hat pattern, we're just going to do a really basic bounce. We're trying to leave a lot of space. When you leave a lot of space, that kind of gives, you know, the artist more room to work with. If you fill your hi-hat pattern up with just like continuous roll after roll and you know, offset timing hi-hats. It's gonna mess with the person recording. A rapper would much rather record on a two-step hi-hat pattern versus, you know, 16 million hi-hat rolls throughout the beat. So just make sure that you, I mean, you can, sometimes you can go crazy, but I'm just saying, try to limit it, and be simplistic with it, if the artist that, you know, you're looking to make the beat for is not too inclined on that stuff yet. So what I'm doing right now is just doing a roll, and I'm going to down the velocity of each note. Then we're just going to copy this hi-hat pattern over. We're going to go ahead and grab the Spins 808. And what we're going to do right now is just turn off the, we're going to turn off the limiter. This just helps with my mastering and my mixing, just to make sure that I got the sounds at the right levels that they're supposed to be, because if you have the limiter on, it's going to limit your audio and drown out some of the other sounds. You don't want that. So I'm going to turn the out knob just up a little bit so that you can, the 808's much cleaner. I'm going to give it a slight boost. All right, and now we're just going to do Control L, and what that does is it's a legato, and it extends every note to the next note, so that now we go into the envelope, we just turn the hold knob up, turn all of the other knobs all the way down, and you have yourself a note held to however long the note plays, as you can hear. Now that we have the 808s in, what I'm going to go through and quickly do before we get into, you know, the bigger parts of the mix, we're going to go into each channel that, you know, plays those lower end sounds, and we're going to go ahead and take those out. So we're going to go to Fruity Parametric EQ2. I usually EQ out to about 120 hertz. You might be able to go even less than that. It just depends on how much you hear interfering, and you just listen to your mix. You'll be able to tell how much it interferes. You know, just pay attention to that. For kicks, we're going to use the Benji kick from the PJ's Drum Kit, Volume 1. Easy way to lay your kicks out is click on the 808 channel, Control C, go to the kick channel, and Control V. Now go into your piano roll for your kick. You're going to want to Control A and then Alt K. And then make sure that you're on C5. I usually have my velocity all the way up for my kicks, and then I just level it out later on. Another thing for my kick mixing, I usually do the out knob a little bit and reverse polarity. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Synapse Crash from PJ's Volume 1 Drum Kit. We're gonna turn the in knob and out knob up so that we can lower the sound of this thing, because it is really, really loud. Next, we're going to do a snare. we're gonna do our basic snare placement, what you would expect. First, I'm gonna turn up the out knob on this and turn up the boost. I'm gonna put just a little open hat down. This one's gonna be really quick. Okay, we're gonna get into the leveling and mixing half. Pretty much what you're gonna wanna do as I did, and as I went, I put each instrumental piece into a mixer track before I even laid anything out. We're gonna get all of our levels right before we arrange. So the way that I do this is turn everything off except for the first one and just go ahead and listen to it. I can tell right off the rip that that one needs to be turned down just a tad. Now once you're done with that one, go to close grand. Right click, and then go down to split by channel and then click that. This is going to give you all of your instrumentals laid out piece by piece. We have our intro here, 8-bar loop for the intro. We have, well, I mean, I guess you can consider it the first bridge right here, and then we have our tag, riser, and then the chorus. Chorus is 16 bars. The verse is another 16. Then we have a bridge, a chorus. Then we have another verse that's 16, a bridge, another chorus, and then the outro. But yeah, I'm gonna let this play and let you guys hear the full beat. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. These things do take so much time and effort. I would appreciate some support. Only if you enjoyed. I would never ask for it if you didn't. If you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe, and then comment down below what you would like to see next. I will take requests. I will do whatever you guys ask for, because I'm pretty much just here to help and entertain. But anyways, that's it. I'm gonna leave my Instagram down below. Go hit me up with a follow, DM me for purchase info or business inquiries of any kind. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Thank you. Peace.
AJ, this it right here.